Welcome to Parrot Gaming Productions Can You Beat series, where this time I decided to try to beat the NFL, or can I beat the Raiders' legacy out there as the Las Vegas Raiders. As you can see, I'm kind of going through my lineup, my depth chart of who I've got and where I'm kind of at. I ended up signing Cole Beasley at the very end here. So the way that I ended up playing this season, or the way that I ended up doing this Can You Beat series with Madden 2023, which is, by the way, on the PlayStation 5, I ended up doing it the way that I think all single player seasons should go. Essentially, what I ended up doing was I took the coaching job as Josh McDaniels, and essentially I simulate everything up until the playoffs. By the end of the preseason, I simulate the preseason. And then what I do is I basically do all my moves, I make all my trades. I essentially get my team to be exactly where I want them to be before I actually start the season. And then I'll simulate all 18 weeks, and if I make it to the playoffs, I make it to the playoffs. If I, don't make it to playoffs, then I don't play. The reason why I do that is because if you've ever played Madden, because I play on Pro, I'm not gonna lie, I play on Pro. You can basically go perfect. You could be the Dolphins, the 1976 Dolphins, I think it was, or 72 Dolphins, who had the perfect 17-0 record, right? You could technically do that all season, all day, every day, if you really, truly wanted to. But what I ended up doing is I say, I'm going to just simulate everything, and then I'm going to play as I normally would, and I only play offense. I don't play any defense. I play only offense. So I kind of pretend like I'm just Jimmy G, essentially, or whoever I end up playing as. And these are just some of the small highlights. And the reason why I recorded on the PlayStation 5 is simply because I feel it's easier to edit. When I make a good play, I can just, save the last like 30 seconds of the play or some shit like that and not have to worry about there. That was literally the first play from basically scrimmage out there. A nice little toss to Davante Adams. I makes a ton of, 4 people miss right off the bat with a nice little stiff arm. And then I just run for a touchdown and do a nice little slide cancel and score the first 7 points. The series was an overall success because I think you're going to find it very interesting here within the next little tidbit. I mean, in the fourth quarter, it's 48-27, and Jimmy G didn't do a whole heck of a lot of work to start off with because a lot of the times this handoff to Jacobs here. And one thing I learned too is that you can actually have smart running when you're playing in Madden. You just be a little patient. Don't hit that hole just yet. I think I've learned that from a few YouTube reels, where if you don't just hit the gut. Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Like if you don't just hit the open gates like right off the bat, you just kind of wait for the blocks to develop. Okay, got a nice little seam there, and then cut to the left, and I just can use his speed to get gone, because Josh Jacobs will get up to top speed relatively quickly, and as you can see there, I got a couple yard gap, a nice little 80-yard touchdown run. My next opponent was the Denver Broncos here. As you can see, it's 17-14 with 26 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter, and this was just kind of the start of the downfall here. Nice little play action, and then Davante Adams doing what Davante Adams does with the little tippy taps. Thank freaking God Jimmy Garoppolo can do that crap because he's pretty impressive. And then I ended up, believe it or not, winning the next game. There was really nothing special about the third playoff game. It was not a big deal. I think it was a very meaningless game that I played where I just kind of handled them and I didn't have anything special. But I'm going to let the intro play because I think you're going to be interested in who I play in the Super Bowl.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Lions, all that and more, coming up next.
Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air.
Yeah, it was the Detroit friggin' Lions that I ended up playing in the Super Bowl. I decided to be the way all whites so the Lions could be all blue, and I don't know, it baffled me that the Lions, like, I know that they had done well in Hard Knocks, I get that they did really exceptionally well on Hard Knocks, but like, I don't know. It baffles my mind that they would make it to playoffs because they did exceptionally well the last season. And
Now the Raiders with a chance to
you know what?
win in their third season.
Here.
Meanwhile, it's probably a day that a lot of folks in the Motor City thought would never arrive.
Yeah, that's the best thing. They thought Motor City would never arrive. But again, in true fashion here, I get the ball first, do a little handoff to Josh Jacobs there. He runs it up the gut, scores for a fairly easy touchdown. And the game kind of went the way that it did with the Kansas City Chiefs, as well as also the Chiefs and Eagles, where it's just a tit for tat, back and forth, back and forth. And it was a beautiful, like, it was a game that I actually had to like keep trying to win. Like, I had some mishaps, and then of course this happened. I score right at the very end, 42-45. The Lions leave me with 4 seconds to get down the field to score, and I'm at the 25-yard line. And so honestly, I was looking for an out. I was looking for a way to cheat the system, and I was like, can I set my, like, you know, can I set the field goal to this huge thing here? Is there anything that I could do? And I was like, you know what? No, just play the game like you normally would. No one's getting open. All right, just throw the Hail Mary. Hopefully someone can catch a ball and do that thing where they just, you know, the Dolphins miracle. And the very first game, I lose to the Lions. You know, first Super Bowl I make it. And yeah, that's how season 1 ends, to be completely honest with you. I lost to the Lions, hey. I didn't do so hot, hey, with the Lions. But, you know, there's always the next season. This was honestly just 2022, and 2023 is going to be a better season. 2023 is going to be a better season. So do me a favor, stick around. I will be editing and uploading relatively shortly, and I'll be dropping these videos in the next couple of days as a succession, so you guys can kind of see what's going on. So yeah, so this is a recap of the 2022 season. You know, can I beat the legacy of the Patriots? That is that's the title of the episode. Can you beat the legacy of the Patriots? So that is my goal, and we'll see what happens in the 2023 season here on Madden 2023.